What is up, guys and girls? Archer Gaming here, and today we're actually coming at you with a video of what happened during the Kotei experience for me. So this weekend, it ran the Irish Cork Kotei for Legends of the Five Ring card game, and it was fantastic. For those of you not following my Facebook page, firstly, you really should. There will be some prizes and giveaways going through that shortly. But as well, I always update a lot easier through tournaments and practice, and my lists all go up on there. So if you're interested in seeing what I ran against, I'll go through in this, but what I ran, what my board state was like at points, things like that, that's all on the Facebook page. I might do a deck tech video on this, if people are liking it and interested to see how to run this style of unicorn. So it was unicorn aggro rocket I was running. Good fun. Splash lion, very good fun. Now, secondly as well, big props to the guys who ran it. It was very well organised. Everything ran to time. There was no stupid issues that I was aware of. All judge callings seemed pretty reasonable. If they weren't 100%, they were conferring with one another, which is really nice to see. I had a few issues myself. Nothing major, just a few clarifications on things, and the guys were more than happy to help, responded quickly, even on day two when that particular instance didn't matter anything. It was still good, it was still coming over. Skirmish games, they were still consistently coming over. Not that I played in any, but I watched a few guys and they were consistently on it. Really nice to see, so well done to Alex Watkins and his team there. Fantastic event. Fantastic, a lot of swag as well, which I'll show you a bit later. Now, we got there on the Friday. We went ahead and pre-registered on the Friday night, which you're allowed to do. So we got organised, got our list dropped off, got our mat, and I'll show you the mat now because it is stunning. It is absolutely beautiful. Really good quality. I was more than happy with that. It ended up being the mat I ran all weekend. I did take another one with me, but it was just a boring red mat. That was too pretty not to use. So I was like, do you know what? I think I'm going to use it. So that led us into day one. So it was again, like I say, well organised. We got a bit lost trying to find it, but we found it in the end. Again, all the walk-on staff there were very helpful to point us in the right place, which was nice. My first match was a mirror match. So during the first match, you got handed your seals. They were just looking at what strongholds you had, what cards you had out, essentially, and just giving you your 7 clan seals, which again is a fantastic thing by Fantasy Flight there, allowing you to collect them without them getting overpriced and saturated, which was fantastic. So it's a really clever idea, that swapping out and trying to almost get that collectability element back into it without it being a CCG. But it's also nice to keep track of who you played against. So my first match was a mirror match, so I didn't get a different seal then. Lovely guy. Ran Unicortias. My deck does well against it. I might have got a bit more tempo than he did. A lot quicker. His yurts, my yurts. I used them for Fate, he used them for Honor. I don't think he saw his rebuilds or anything like that, so I think he just struggled against my particular style. And I built up quite an early win. Quite quick, but still a good fun game, a nice warm game to welcome into, obviously, a tournament of that size. So I went 1-0. I was 1-0 at that point, so best possible start, really. Second round, I was all the way up on table 5, which was the first tripper table, so that was my highest table placing across all weekend. So I was quite happy with that. It was a little chuckle to myself. So I actually played Lion. It was one of the Bristol guys. So I haven't played against him before, but I've played against some of the guys from Bristol down at Excelsior. And yeah, it was a very close game. I think I managed to outpace him a little bit, which put him on the back foot a little bit, and I managed to get the Province stronghold broken and won. there was nothing he could do. I think at that point I attacked him politically, which he wasn't expecting either. He had berserkers out and things like that, a lot of dash characters, so I couldn't really do a lot. I believe off the top of my head he was running Ancestral Lands, the one that gives you the +5 political. But even that wasn't enough. He didn't have anyone in the political way to do it. So I beat him, leaving me 2-0. So 2 out of your first 4 games were what you needed to win to get through to the second part of day 1. So achieving that in the first 2 games was a big plus and a big weight off my shoulders. So obviously the first target was getting into that second part of day 1. So that was good. So I was through instantly in 2 games. It was nice. Now the third game I played was against a Phoenix chap. Unfortunately, none of the guys I play against play Phoenix. I was struggling to find any on Jaikoku at the time, the Discords and stuff like that. I couldn't quite get a Phoenix game in. So I was quite unprepared for him. Again, said that to my opponent at the start of the game. I was like, look, I'm going to be a bit slow. I'm going to have to read some of your cards. I don't know what Phoenix do. So it was quite fun playing that. Lovely guy. I managed to get 2 his stronghold, and he got 2 mine. I made a huge misplay. I miscalculated some things, and I lost that particular battle, which then means he was able to rebound a lot quicker. I went for the Fate on the Water Ring, flipped it. It was in trench positions. I was going political, and I just couldn't pace him. That +5 handicapped me. If I would have gone military, I might have had it. Who knows what he had in his hand. But because it was the Water Ring as well, because I needed that Fate to get some things off, I lost. So because I went for the Fate to try and give my guys the most amount of boosters I couldn't quite manage it, unfortunately. I think I had like Talisman with the Sun in my hand, things like that. I just couldn't get the pace. Which means he let go of my Talisman. No real answer, no real comeback from that. And that chappie actually went on to go 5th in the entire tournament. So it was a very close game. He done very, very well. I think he dropped 1 game all day, but was 2nd best in MOV or something like that. Strength of schedule, sorry. But a very, very close game. I couldn't quite catch him. Again, I think it wasn't much of a pacing issue. It was I made the wrong call. But you live, you learn. I was still quite happy. I was still through. Which means, at this point I've played 3 different clans as well, which was nice. It's very, very nice. Made every game during the tournament feel quite refreshing. I mean, coming from an X-Wing background or a 40k background, there's still that variety, but sometimes you will play against the same faction over and over and over and over again in a tournament. So it was nice. It was keeping it refreshed. It was keeping me thinking on my toes, not of he's playing this. This is how I deal with it. So, and again, another big kudo to Fantasy Flight. Now, then we hit the Scorpion, the first Scorpion of the tournament as well. So 4 different clans in my first 4 games. And again, a very, very close game. Lost it. I lost it due to Dishonour. Soji, and then just poisoning my guys and dishonouring them, and then like, oh, you're just dead. Remove them. And it wasn't giving me the time I needed to build the board state, which is how my deck works. I need a board state. And I couldn't build it. He was cancelling it. So I couldn't get in there. And I lost that game just due to Dishonour. I didn't have a lot of options, unfortunately. I should have been a bit quicker off the mark. But again, it was a close game. The guy ended up quite high up in the table as well. Not a lot I could do. But at that point, I was still through to the second part of day 1. Now, my 5th game. So the cut happened. Unfortunately, one of the guys I was with went 0-4. He did concede his last game, though, due to the guy he was playing against being on 1-2. So he needed that second win to get through. And he was like, look, I'm going to beat you, but I'm going to gain nothing from winning this game. So he kindly done the dragon thing and let him go, which was nice. So he didn't make the cut, unfortunately. I did. And at this point in the day, you got another seal, which is really cool. 3 copies of Clad the Mind, which is beautiful, beautiful full art. And your Kotei first player token, which was nice to have. Now, then I went on and played Phoenix again. So it's my first dupe. A lovely chappy, the guy who actually runs Magic Madhouse. So we sort of chatting there. He was playing a very, very different style of Phoenix. He was playing quite an aggro Phoenix and outpaced me. Again, I couldn't build a big enough board state in the time that he could. Phoenix has some very, very useful cards when you're playing random rings. There was a point where no matter what ring I claimed, he gained something, and that puts you very much in a challenge. But again, very, very close. I don't know what I could have done against that game to win, honestly. But yeah. Then sixth game, the sixth game of the day, came to line. So I was 2-3 at this point. So still close to the Hanamoto. It was all very, very close to between the Unicorn players. So playing line. So the first game, so it was a fun game. It was very, very close. He got very unlucky. He managed to pull 2 Berserkers turn 1. And that was like a big, oh, didn't put Fate on them. I found out why afterwards. He had For Great Glory in his hand. Charged them in, hit Rally to the course. Flipped them, they're bowed. He was like, I just wanted an instant break, put him on the good foot, Ring of Water, so he would have tapped out the guy I didn't defend with. So I would have had to have defended quite heavily and probably had Banzais and things like that in his hand as well. He had a very strong military hand, as you would expect of Lime. But unfortunately I couldn't. After he lost that and hit that massive setback, I was just like, okay, I'll just attack you politically, attack your military, pop 2 provinces. In a turn, he had no defenders. He was counting on a big For Greater Glory, set up for the next turn. I had Ishivan Wayfinder in my hand, which allowed me to pick the right province. So I intentionally triggered his Art of War. Knew he'd get the card draw, but I waited for that for the second one. It was an easy break on the political. And I had quite a bit of military to defend with. But he had nothing, which was a shame. So I managed to break through round 6, going 3-3. Now at this point, they released some standings. And we all sort of looked where the other Unicorn players were. A friend of mine was 4-2 at this point. It was 3 of us, and the other guy was in skirmishes. So we sort of looked around for the other Unicorn players. And it turns out at this point of the tournament, there was 4 of us on 3-3. 2 of the other guys had modified wins, and the other 2 was me and another gentleman who were both on 3-3. We both sat next to each other, table-wise, both played line. Looking through his deck, he did become the Hanamoto. He lost, unfortunately, and I lost mine. I don't know whether I made a lot of mistakes. It was very, very tiring after 7 rounds of L5R, and knowing I still had something to achieve, but was very, very close. I think I made some monumental cock-ups in that game in particular, which was a shame. It would have been nice to get that win that day, but there's always the next one. And it was close. It was all very, very honest. Yeah, it was a big game, but missing out on strength of schedule is part of the game, unfortunately. Nothing more I can do. Next time, just play that bit better and hopefully win that one more game is the plan. Now, that led us on to day 2. So day 1 was over, not going through. Nor did my friend. He didn't make it through. He did finish on 5-1, I think. 6-1? No, he finished on 5-2. So didn't make the Scorpion Challenger cut. Based on there was a lot more of them. I think it was all bar one of the initial 26. Made it through in the cut as well. It was like 94% of them made it through. Whereas with the Unicorn, it was still 50%. I mean, it was still impressive to see Unicorn do as well as they did, and how close we all ended up. And we were running different styles of Unicorn deck as well, which was entertaining actually. Now, like I say, we all led us on to day 2. So I ended day 1, 91st, and on 3 and 4. But that led us on to day 2. So day 2 was a lot more relaxed. You're not really playing for anything if you're not going to go 7-0. I was trying to get a acrylic dial on a 5-1. Might have happened. 4-2. Sorry, I think it was you needed. Yeah, you needed 42 points. Which again, might as well try. We're there, we're having fun. So day 2, I hit in and play a crab instantly. So a clan I hadn't actually played against the following day. So it's nice seeing how they work. Again, something I haven't had a lot of practice against in Bournemouth. But it was a very good fun game. It's amazing how many little tricks they have. Crab, reprieve, watch commander, pinging me if you're on at any time I want to play a card was quite hard. Obviously learning about this next round, I geared up before and then just moved everyone in and out, which was nice. Trying to nerf Casada's sort of thing of you can't play your first card, your first action. So I was trying to track the stronghold, trying to cleverly do things. Didn't work, but I did win, so that was good. I think I went to time. I think it might have. I can't quite remember. I think I definitely won that game. So again, going in 1-0, first game, first win, nice. Puts you always in a positive mood. Same as the other two guys. Actually, all 3 of us went 1-0. So we hadn't played each other at a tournament. We're half expecting to. We always end up playing against each other. So round 2 was Crane. So the penultimate clan I hadn't played. So again, not a lot of practice at this point. Didn't really know how they worked. The guy was a little bit distracted because the UK Games Expo tickets came out. But again, knowing how Crane work, I tried to keep my guys more on it than his. Just consistent firing for the firing to stop one of his cancellation effects. Played well, broke his stronghold. A good game, but he was actually the line player from the second round the day before, so he knew what my deck done, but didn't have the tools to deal with it at that point. So it was good fun. Again, almost the last clan to play. Then we went 2-0 again, getting deja vu. I went into Lion and lost. Now this oddly was the guy who beat the unicorn guy who became Hanamoto. However, he beat me on honor win. Very cleverly bidded low. First round, wear the Corinthium, and then after that, I struggled to gain that honor back. He had a lot of pride. He had a lot of the trigger that allows you to draw, trigger that gains you honor, and I was just struggling to build that back up. Kind of, I wasted a few too many cards on the first push, so I knew I was on that back foot and needed to break. He then very cleverly. I had a choice of Feast or Famine with all my guys with Fate on, or the Imperial Throne. I had to break the Imperial Throne because if I would have lost Fate, I wouldn't have been able to proceed onto his stronghold. And it just slowly chipped away his honor total, and he won by honor win. Got the air ring with Totori. So I just take 2 honor from you and win. Just claim 4 honor and win. So it wasn't a complete dishonor, it was an honor win. First time I come across that particular loss win across the tournament. So I mean, I've been dishonoured. I mainly lost in pure battle, bar the games against the Scorpion. But it was close. Then I went back across to playing Phoenix again. So bouncing around Phoenix Lion quite a bit. Lost and went to time, unfortunately. This was the only game that actually truly went to time for me. I thought I could have him. He then played Meek in core games and got rid of my public forum. Just going to flip my political to a military after he declared defenders. And he was like, I'm just going to get rid of that. You can't break it. He had, again, ancestral lands, so it was +5 in the political. Tried to swing him with the political to see what it was. Bait him out of a load of defenders, then flick around to military. In the hope that he would go for the military back. He immediately pulled that, time was called. I was like, with that card I would have won. But because I couldn't flip it then to military, I lost. I had Banzai in my hand, cavalry reserves, charge. You know, I needed it to be military, unfortunately. But yeah, so that was that Phoenix game. Yeah. Then I went on and played another lion. So this was game 5. I was currently 2-2. So not bad. Still keeping around that 50% markup, which was nice. And I went on and played Lion. Now, I lost to Lyle again. My opening flop was 2 holdings, a year, and I think a giver of gifts. It was not a great opening hand after the mulligan. I just struggled to gain any pace after that, and he just pressured me out of it. I found out with Against Line it's very much a pace race for my style of deck. So it was close, didn't quite work out. Again, a shame. I think a good line counter is Pilgrimage, and I'm very, very tempted to swap it out, especially with Talisman, being able to move them across might not be the worst thing. Now that came to my last game, so I was 2-3 at this point. I hadn't played any of my friends, hadn't played a dragon. Played my friend, the dragon player. So I managed to play against all clans, which was very, very nice. I managed to win that. Went to time. He's like, I can't be bothered to play, but I think I've got you. And then I just went, I'll play out for you. This. He's like, yeah, you win. I was like, this. I get that 3rd ring. I get the favour. I then win by a point. He's like, true. But it was close. We ended up playing again in the airport. Similar scenario happened, but I beat him. So it's good fun. So it was good fun. I mean, he beat me in all my practice games, oddly. But now that tied off the tournament nicely. Overall, day 1, I done 3 and 4, came 91st. Day 2, Proving Grounds, I went 3 and 3 and come 38th. So it's the highest place unicorn on that day. The day it didn't matter, but it was close. I mean, like I said, it was a wonderful event. I've never done a 2-day tournament in a card game before, or something where I've had to think that much. I mean, I've done it for 40k before, but obviously at that point you can just step away and think for while their turn's clicking in. You've got some time to process what's going on. Whereas that was, you go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go, for 14 hours across the weekend. Plus including your rush into the venue, and you're starting to think about it when you wake up and start brushing your teeth, essentially, of how am I going to not make the same mistakes as yesterday, or what do I do if this happens? You know, not that I'm a nervous guy, it was just pressure. Anyway, so again, I would very much like to thank Alex Fantasy Flight and the guys at the Imperial Advisor who ran all this. It was superbly run. Very, very well done, chaps. Quick turnovers. There was no fucking around. It was a bye. Yep, next round. Come on, get everyone down. There was a few little instances where it's quite not everyone sat down at the point when they put the results up. I feel next time maybe have 4 or maybe 4 or 5 pairing areas, because they got very crowded and you're like, no rush. I've got to sit down yet. By the time you get to them, they've already called, and then you try to get your mat out and things like that, where you're consistently moving. But hey, it still ran very, very smoothly. From the scares I've heard of some of the PAX events and Madrid, it ran very, very well. And highly, highly recommend. Like I say, the 2 guys I went with, one ended up on 5 and 1 in the Proving Grounds, so I managed to get that fancy acrylic bid dial. I was after one of those. And yeah, very, very highly recommend. Now, I will be looking at Paris, because why not? It's a Grand Kotei, so it's a different map. That's really about it. I'm strongly consider it. It was that much of a good event. Again, swag wise, we got the beautiful map that you saw earlier. We did manage to complete the Wall of Clan Champions with Hida. So I had a few spare ones, traded them across. I've now got the full set of everyone, which is nice. We now also have a full set of seals. So Lion, Unicorn, Crane, everyone's there. We actually managed to pick up, like, I think it was 6 Cloud Mines I ended up with. I swapped them with I gave them to a friend who didn't do so well, and he wanted the playset. And then the rest of the playset of the Unicorn Seals. And we actually managed to get quite a few way off. Just missing the Lion and Dragon one now, which is a shame. They're all very, very pretty cards. I think that will be it for me for L5R till the 24th of Feb, tournament-wise. So 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks and about 3 days. I'll be in a small tournament in Portsmouth, then possibly Paris 2 weeks after that. It depends on finances and things. Would love to go, love to make that Hanamoto status. Again, it was a truly wonderful event. I might do a deck tech video before I change it out for Paris, just letting you know how it all ran, and if you guys are interested in that sort of thing, let us know. But yeah, this has been Archie Gaming. Again, don't forget to follow the Facebook page. There will be a giveaway for L5R players mainly, but obviously everyone can enter. There will be possibly a giveaway for the new Phoenix pack coming out soon, so I'll be doing that very shortly before you pre-order it all, giving you that chance to win it. Alright guys, well, thank you very much. It's been Archie Gaming, and good luck. Enjoy your games this week.